What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're actually going to talk about SNAP benefits, because one question I received just the other day said something like this: are SNAP benefits going to end at the end of September? Now, there's some very serious concerns here, because there is something that is expiring on September 30th. That is called the Farm Bill. Now, the Farm Bill has to get reauthorization, but according to Congress, they're not going to be able to reauthorize the Farm Bill until possibly December. So what does this mean? And are SNAP benefits seriously going to end? Well, let's talk about that in today's video. All I ask is if you can spend just 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel, and let's begin. So here's the first thing that you need to know. Right now, many lawmakers are looking at SNAP benefits, food stamps, simply because of the food insecurities that we have seen throughout the United States over the past year. The reason for this is because, according to multiple reports, people on SNAP generally receive less than they need. However, the federal government stepped up over the past couple of years, and they've given the American people, or SNAP beneficiaries, an additional $95 per month. However, that ended in March of 2023. So because of that, and because of that change, millions of households are going without food, and they just can't afford what they need. So, what does this mean moving forward? Well, right now, what we do know is that multiple lawmakers are looking for ways to increase the benefits going out to SNAP recipients. However, it's very unlikely we see an additional increase to SNAP benefits. I don't think we're going to see another 15-25% boost. What we are likely to see is actually a child tax credit payment. But this will come behind the Farm Bill, which is also going to come behind the 2024 appropriations bills that would make up the federal budget. Okay? Now, it's probably a lot of stuff that you could care less about, but it all matters. The reason why I'm bringing this to your attention now is because as soon as Congress comes back, as soon as we get them back, I believe the Senate comes back on September 5th, and the House of Representatives is back on September 12th. Once they're back, then we could potentially have a vote. The expectation, though, and again, I hate to say this, but there's a good chance we see something called a CR. It's called a continuing resolution, which means Congress is not going to vote on a new set of the appropriations bills, okay, for fiscal year 2024. They're not going to vote on new figures. What they're going to do is continue the funding that we are currently at, which, as of right now, we are underfunded. This is for SNAP beneficiaries. So keep that in mind. Now, I do want to bring up the Farm Bill, though. The Farm Bill has to be reauthorized because it expires. It's a 5-year bill. Okay? It's a 5-year bill that it expires on September 30th. And according to Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, he's saying that he doesn't think the Farm Bill will be reauthorized until after September 30th. Now, this is where the federal government gets some of their money. This is how they are coming up with all the legislation for farmers and for land and for all that stuff. So it's a very important bill, but no, we are not going to see SNAP benefits simply go away. Okay? I know that's a big question that a lot of people are having, and no, it's not going to go away. We're going to continue to see some funds coming out, but they could come out smaller. All right? I just want you to be well aware of that. Here's what I can tell you. The Farm Bill, so from 2019 through 2023, it was projected to be $428 billion. What's happening right now is that lawmakers, or specifically Republicans, are trying to reduce the amount of money that the federal government spends. They don't want to go into a deeper deficit. So what's happening is they're questioning whether or not we should be sending that much money to SNAP recipients. Maybe we need to cut back on that. That's what they're asking. Now, we do know that the monthly cost of SNAP, it jumped from $4.5 billion in February of 2022. This is right before the pandemic. Okay? Well, then it went up to $11 billion per month. That was actually December 2022. And this was because a lot of the supplemental payments, the $95 per month. Now, what we do know is that after it all ended, after those supplemental payments ended, this was in March of 2023, then we went down to $7.5 billion. This is just a couple months ago. $7.5 billion per month. So went from 4.5 billion to 11. Now we're at 7.5 billion dollars per month because of the additional people that are collecting SNAP benefits. Now, you probably wonder, why does all this matter? How does this affect me? How this affects you is exactly what I just said. We went from $4.5 billion, which was okay. Then we jumped to $11 billion. That was too much. Now we're at 7.5. According to multiple reports, this is still too much money. We cannot spend $7.5 billion every single month because this is going to push the United States into a deeper deficit. So, what they're expecting at this time is, for one, we are going to have work requirements in a matter of, 4 days? On Friday, September 1st. That's the start of work requirements for SNAP beneficiaries. This means that, and I think you can have, I think it's 3 months. I think you can have 3 months of where you don't have to work anyway. It's 3 months for people over the age of, 50, 51, 50, something like that. Okay, I'd have to look it up again. But anyway, the work requirements are going to be in effect starting in just 4 days. Okay, on September 1st. So that's what's going on there. But the biggest thing that we need to kind of look into is, what is Congress going to do? Are they going to pass the Farm Bill? Are they going to reauthorize this? And if they do, what exactly is it going to look like? And then on top of that, what are we going to see from the federal government? Are we going to see Congress cut spending to SNAP benefits? Are they going to cut benefits or cut funding for the SNAP program entirely? Because this is going to take longer for people to get approved, right? We're gonna see a lot of issues here if funding starts to get cut, but that is the expectation. Now there are certain states that are sending out $1,100 payments very soon. California is one, I believe Texas is another one. They're, again, sending out a lot of money here in the next few days. But keep in mind that just because certain states are sending out $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, whatever it may be, doesn't mean every single person is getting that. Some people are getting like $100, $200. That's it. So keep in mind right now that SNAP benefits, that is one of the big programs that is in question. But one thing I can tell you is that SNAP has done pretty well. Okay, they have done very well. The reason I say that is because according to a recent study on SNAP, they say it's extraordinarily cost effective as far as public funds. They say that with every $60 worth of benefits, it only costs the United States government $1. Yeah. That's why some are saying that this is something that we need to put more money into, because if we are getting a 60-to-1 return, that is something that we need to optimize even more and put more money towards it. So we'll see what happens, but that is what we know as of today. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.